Hi everyone, welcome to the SuperClashBros, a podcast where we take a deep dive into the horror stories of Reddit and discuss the things that truly go bump in the night. My name is Trey, and I will be your guide through the strange and unexplainable this evening. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Trey, and today I'm joined once again by my co-host Connor, and tonight Connor will be narrating the story. Go ahead, kick it off, Connor.
All right. Tonight's story comes from the subreddit r Humanoidencounters. It's posted by user Inspection Perfect. The story is titled Tallman / Sasquatch in Isolated BC Town. Hi. Easter weekend, 2014, 4 a.m., my buddy Brian and I were walking to my house from his. The town has 3 main roads, front, middle, and back. We were moving from front to middle. We round the corner and he's looking at his phone. I stop him because down the street, under a lamp, was something big and tall. It was squatting, arms resting on its knees. It was fuzzy and the fur/hair was black. It looked 6 foot tall in its current position. Despite being under a street lamp, I couldn't make out very many details. It had pale hands that were almost glowing. Couldn't make out the face, though I sometimes remember it being pale like its hands. Eyes were sparkling, not like when you shine a light on a cat or dog's eyes, more when you catch a lamp reflection off the window. My friend and I have cell phones. He even used his Zoom to get a better look at it, but at no point did we try to get a picture. I just kept thinking to myself, my phone sucks, it's going to be blurry, and what if the flash pisses it off? We decided to just switch roads and continued to the back road. I could feel it watching us as we were out of sight. We never saw it again. Brian didn't see any footprints when we went back a couple hours later, and the next day it was raining, but there was a weird smell in the air. I wanted to explain it as a bear, but it was squatting like a human and didn't make any noise. Could have been a drunk, but not many people are that tall in our town, with puffy fur jackets to boot. My dad jokingly suggested alien.
Why would the dad be like, oh yeah, it's an alien?
Now, the funny thing is, when I was reading the first 3/4 of it the first time, I kind of thought possibly alien, just because of the pale hand descriptor, right? But
the fact
now
that
that
they were that close to see its hands like that is interesting to me.
Yeah, I don't know how I would have reacted had I seen something like that in real life, I wouldn't want to go towards it for sure.
Right. I mean, you kind of have seen something like that in real life.
I have.
But yeah, I question how close they are to it then.
Yeah.
It doesn't say how far it was, or how far away they were from it.
No, just at the end of the street. But a street can be quite a length. But
would you take a picture of it?
Would I take? I'd still think I would try. You can turn your flash off on your phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And even if you didn't, I would, me being the skeptic that I am, I'm willing to die for science. And so I would just be like, fuck it.
It's 2014, so I mean, phones weren't the best back then, but they weren't bad either. They were still passable pictures.
What, iPhone 6 maybe was out back then?
Probably.
Something like that. Yeah.
You could have taken a decent photo, unless you had an old flip phone that you'd carried forward from the years. But
sidekicks or something, the keyboard comes out.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting. The comment about there being a weird smell the next day, because you see that in stories where they talk about the skunk ape or the Missouri monster. They talk about a rotten egg smell.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been interesting if they actually described what the smell kind of smelled like, But yeah, I kind of thought Alien 2 a little bit because of the pale hand situation.
Mm-hmm.
But then you could think of it this way too: if it was some sort of ape-like creature, they could have been looking at its palms and not necessarily the tops of its hands.
Right, yeah.
So your palms are going to be flesh toned.
Right. They also say it was watching them, but that's all it did. It didn't approach them or anything.
Yeah,
I'm questioning
and
if, like, because it was squatting, like, maybe it was taking a shit.
could
And
have
so I was
been.
like, fuck it.
And they said that the eyes, they didn't really like shine, but more sparkled. But like, and they compared it to a lamp reflecting off a window, and
Mhm.
it said it was sitting under a lamp or a street light. And so, I mean, a logical answer would be there's a person maybe wearing glasses with the light
Right,
shining
yeah.
off their lenses, possibly. Just trying to
Like, they have
assume.
to be a good distance away if they can't differentiate it between, like, a possible Sasquatch or just some drunk dude in a really furry coat.
Yeah. And so how good were they at gauging the height either at that
Right,
kind of
yeah. And,
distance?
like, to me, that's even more of a reason to take a picture because, like, it's under a light source. So, like,
Mm-hmm.
it should, in theory, be well lit. But, I don't know. Maybe their camera is just garbage.
Also, interesting to note, that kind of makes me question the legitimacy of this story. It's a weird nitpick, but they described it as 6 foot tall. But this story was from British Columbia, which is in Canada. They don't use the imperial system of measurement.
Hmm. I don't know. Maybe they were just dumbing it down for their friends down south.
Listen, they don't need to dumb it down for us. One of the sentences there said, "We never seen it. I fixed that." Okay? So, you know.
Well, I guess I'll pose this question to the viewers then. What do you think it was? Do you think it was a Sasquatch or just a drunk guy? Let us know in the comments down below.
And was it taking a shit either way?
Was it taking a shit? I think yes. What do you think, Connor?
Oh yeah, definitely. Squatting down.
Definitely.
That's why it didn't charge at him. It was mid pinching one out, so it was like, listen, I can't. Yeah, yeah. It's like, like when your dog is out in the yard and it's taking a shit and it looks at you, It's like that, but with the Sasquatch. It wanted you for security.
Oh, God. All right, well, that's going to do it for us tonight, guys. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys have a safe and spooky night.